What is up, everybody? My name is Hector Flores, host of the Insert Name FC podcast, a member of the Belly Up Sports Media Network. You can find us on all things podcasting, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast fix from. You will find us there. Make sure you guys subscribe to our social media at Insert Name FC on Instagram, X, Facebook, and LinkedIn. So find us there. Full video version of this podcast is available on Belly Up's YouTube channel. So just search Belly Up Sports, and you'll find us right there, along with some other great podcasting like High Low Sports, Corner Booth Pod, Sideline Summit, Morgan Man. Great stuff over there, man. Episode 253. It is another eventful episode. A little bit of discussion when it comes to the World Cup. And it's really just two main topics, which is the FS1. They released a list of the 26 most influential players in the 2026 FIFA World Cup. It's an interesting list. Me and Edward's here. Edward's in this episode. Me and Edward, we go down the list, and yeah, that's all I really have to say. We went through the list, we talk about it, say things that we like, things that we didn't like, and there's a lot of things we didn't like, and, try to define what exactly they meant by influential player. And so we'll get into the nitty-gritty on that. Of course, obviously, me and Kelsey, we talked about it, projecting a 2026 World Cup roster. Obviously, Kelsey's not here, but Edward is here to discuss it. So I give out my projected 26-man roster for the 26 World Cup. And I just wanted to see if Edward agreed or disagreed or felt like I'm missing something here. So, so we'll talk about that as well. Obviously, hi guys, players of the week. Give you guys some players of the week from the past weekend. Games to watch. Obviously, another weekend of footy, so we'll have you some games to watch this weekend. And obviously, ended with, this thing wants to work at some point, but it's okay. Give and Go, man, the soccer card game, the kickoff edition. This is the kickoff edition card game. It is really awesome, man. It has a lot of discussion topics on this card game, as well as action cards and some other stuff. Things that maybe we can't really play on this game, on this podcast, but the discussions are always great. I love some of the cards that are featured in here. Man, great overall. Just a great discussion on this. So obviously wrap the show up with another topic from this this little card game right here. And so pretty straightforward episode, man. So with all that being said, we'll take a break and then go right into FS1's 26 list of most influential players of the 2026 World Cup. Let me tell you guys about Belly Up Sports. Belly Up Sports is the internet sports bar. Go ahead and check out their website, www.bellyupsports.com, to read some great articles from great writers all across the country, from hockey, baseball, golf, soccer, you name it. Belly Up Sports is the premier, not your average website. All right, guys. Obviously, Edward is back. As you can tell, the image. Well, if you're listening to the audio one, obviously you can't tell. But if you're watching the video version that's on YouTube, on Belly Up's YouTube channel, you can see Edward, who is giving currently a pep talk to Timo Werner.
And I'm still trying, god dang it.
I mean, once again, shout out to Goals TV, by the way. If you guys don't recall, I made a whole big ordeal about how they were overhyping San Jose because they were beating very bad teams, and then I said they had a stretch of 3 games, right? They had Seattle Sounders, the Vancouver Whitecaps, and San Diego FC, 3 really good teams right now in Major League Soccer. And I said if they could come out with 5 points from these 3 matches, which I really didn't think they were going to be able to do it, I would make them my championship DVD team. If you guys don't understand what that means, it's just a team that probably isn't likely to win the MLS Cup that I'm going to be rooting for to win the MLS Cup. It all started from me predicting Orlando City to win the MLS Cup like 2 or 3 years ago. And they started really badly, and then next thing you know, they were like 1 game away from the MLS Cup. So that was exhilarating. Last year was Nashville. So this year I am unfortunately rooting for San Jose. So as Edward has been getting roasted on for his relationship with Timo Werner, I'm on the same boat now. So me and Edward both have stock in San Jose performing.
Yep.
So there it is. We're the Arnold Schwarzenegger, um, Carl Weathers meme. So
Oh man.
you son of a bitch.
Ouch. Yes. Oh man, that hurts. Hurts. Not that hard, but it hurts.
R.I.P. to Carl Weathers, by the way.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so Edward's back. We're here to talk. It's his other weekend. So here we are. We're here to talk more footy. Quite the eventful episode last one, just because it was like there was so much to talk about. But we're gonna talk some more things, and this actually is kind of evolving American soccer in some aspect, whether it's the U.S. men's national team or people talking about soccer in the United States. So yeah, we'll go right. Like, let's just rip the Band-Aid, right, Edward?
Yep, let's do it.
All right. So this has gone very viral, of course. FS1, Fox Sports 1, in their show First Things First. This is a show that covers American sports. Decided to release a list called the 26 most influential players in the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Now, most people are probably wondering right now, Edward, 26, that seems like a weird number to make a list, right? Top 26? Obviously, yeah. 26 World Cup, right? That just kind of makes sense right there. But it is a weird number to have. Like, we've heard of top 5s, top 10s, top 15s. Usually it ends with a 5, right? Not 26. 26 just feels weird. But yeah. I get where they're going with it. But Edward, when you think of someone making a list called most influential players of the 2026 World Cup, who do you think would be talking about this?
I mean, so I guess I can understand the 26 because of the year, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But dude, honestly, I don't know. That's just weird. See, you and me, we would have give us our starting 11 and we'll do for fun, we'll do the subs, 5 subs or whatever. That's normal. That's normal. That's fine.
Random, like if we were to do a random number, but kind of makes sense to us, like 69 probably be the number that we would think of. But like, yeah, like if 26 players is just that's a roster. That's the size of the roster sizes for the FIFA World Cup, by the way.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, it's a weird number. Obviously, it's because it's 2026. That's probably the only reason why. I just don't know how you can. I have so many questions with this, but Edward, if you were just closing your eyes and imagining a table full of people that are supposed to talk about a list of influential soccer players, who would you imagine talking about this?
Who, dude? Honestly,
or maybe not specifically who, but just who. What kind of person would you feel would be the best person to talk about a list of professional
of random numbers, professional football players?
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, and a random number?
Yeah, dude, and a random number. Like to pick 26 guys that are going to be influential to the World
Cup.
Now,
let me ask you this. Do they watch the sport? Let me ask you this.
Well, this is me asking you, what would you imagine?
What would I imagine?
Well, your logic, if you were to recruit people to have a discussion of the 26 most influential players in the 2026 World Cup, like, what is your criteria?
My criteria is for them to actually watch the sport, for one.
Uh-huh.
I know you're I'm just saying. I'm speaking with my truth, okay? I'm speaking with my truth.
I like his resume. I like your resume already. your resume.
You have to watch the sport. You can't just be like, it's World Cup time. Let me go ahead and pick up 26 random players.
Now, is it important to be a player, like a former player? Would that be important to you?
That would be key. Because then that means you still keep up with your team. More than likely, you still keep up with the club team and you still keep up with your international team.
Now, how about journalism? Like maybe he has like a Fabrizio Romano, like, right? Like, I don't know if you ever played, but
I guess I could back him. Maybe like I could back him. It's just as long as there's some sort of sports background. Let me rephrase myself. As long as there's some sort of soccer sports background that has to do with your journalism, then I'll be like, okay, I guess I can hire you but I would hire him as an intern because I mean, I'll be honest, dude. Like, you're not going to provide me with much coverage at this point. I'm like, you probably can't provide me with statistics, or you're probably going to provide me with some sort of heart wrenching thing about this dude's past, about what players past. But I'm looking, like you said, 26, instrumental players of the World Cup. I was like, give me something to work with.
So what if I told you FS1 did none of that?
I'm sorry, what?
did absolutely none of that.
Oh
Instead,
God.
they hired basically the guy. It was an episode of First Things First, which is a morning talk show that for Fox. I don't know if it's talk show. Okay, yeah, talk show, sports debate. I guess you can say, morning show, done on Fox Sports 1, and
Mm-hmm.
the show consists of Nick Wright, who is one of the co-hosts of the show. Obviously, he is mainly known for American football, NFL, and basketball. Also, fun fact: in his early career, Nick Wright actually covered the Houston Texans as he was a radio personality here in Houston. So very much American sports guy, specifically American football. Does talk about basketball. Very well known as a Kansas City Chiefs dick writer. Sorry for cussing Kelsey.
Oh
Um,
God.
but yeah, that's Nick Wright. Chris Broussard, who is also another co-host of First Things First. He's the NBA guy. That's literally what he's known for. Is Chris Broussard is the NBA guy, and then on top of that, you have Kevin. I think it's Wild, or maybe it's Wildis. Maybe he's a little bit
Maybe
unique.
he's wild.
Yeah, so Kevin Wildes, he is also mainly a basketball guy. I don't know who the hell this guy is, by the way. I had to search him up on Wikipedia, and all I saw was basketball. So I was like, all right, maybe he's a basketball guy. But First Things First is really just an American sports show. So they talk about mainly American sports, right? Because here in the United States, if they even touch up on soccer, it's very minimal, and it's probably either what the hell Messi did the past weekend, or I guess World Cup. So these were the guys. I don't know if they created the list, Edward, but they were the ones to discuss the list, Edward. How low of a bar do you have right now for this list that I'm about to tell you?
Oh God. Pretty low, homie. Pretty low. Like,
The bar is super low. So that could be a good thing. So that means you might not be disappointed when you hear this list.
oh God.
So
I
the
don't know. I already feel a little bit of pain going around. You know what I mean?
it's like that picture of the person that had the sign that said the bar was already low, but holy fuck. Sorry for cousin
Yeah.
Kelsey. So we'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. That's where I'm at. Honestly,
All right,
that's exactly where I'm at.
all right. You ready to hear the 26th most influential player of the 2026 World Cup?
Oh God. Let's hear it.
It is Weston McKennie of
Okay. Okay.
Juventus.
Wait. Okay. Let me ask you this: are they talking about the 26 most influential in the World Cup altogether, or they're talking about the U.S. men's national team?
Most influential players in the 2026 FIFA World Cup.
Jeez, I mean, for the U.S., I guess, I guess. Okay,
I
okay.
I
Let's
don't
hear
know
this
how
list.
influential an American player is, to be honest. There's at least one American player that I would say that's influential. Could be good or bad, but is influential in some sense. Just because of obviously how easy it is to poke at that guy. But so this is what Nick Wright's explanation for Weston McKennie, and it's listen. He's 27 years old. He plays for Juventus. He can play literally any position but keeper. He's in the midst of his best league season, including scoring 4 goals in the Champions League. In the United States, is finally going to make it past that glass ceiling of the round of 16 and returns to the quarterfinals. He might be the single most influential player. He might be the X factor for the United States.
So at this point, he's only talking from the U.S. perspective, not from like the World Cup perspective.
Now, okay, so the only thing I will say that I don't disagree with one, Weston McKennie right now looks like he's the best American player right now.
Yeah.
Just right off the rip. I mean, look at the friendlies. Like, he was definitely one of the better players, and that's not saying a lot, especially because how bad those games were. But I will say this is his best year with Juventus. To the point where he got his contract extension. He has worn the captain's armband a few times for Juventus, so I don't want to take anything away from him. This is arguably probably his best season with Juventus. And I will say the take that he has about he can literally play any position but keeper, it's not that far off because he actually has been used in multiple positions. He's played basically everywhere
He's,
around the midfield. He's played right back a few times, and he has played on the wing. So to say that he has played literally any position,
I
it's
mean,
not
that's
it's
kind
not
of
that
it's not
crazy
far
to.
fetched. It's not far fetched, but you're kind of over also
You're
hyperextending
overhyping him.
yourself.
You are
Yes,
overhyping Weston.
yes. You're basically making him Weston McKennie look like, and I mean,
And mind you, this is your
not trying to.
26 guy. This is the last guy on the list. So,
Yeah, no, no, no. Let me put it this way: you're making this guy look like how Jorge Campos used to be back in the day, where Campos played goalkeeper, and
and
then he
striker.
would go up front and be a striker. Yeah.
They
So
had to literally make a rule for
yeah,
that not to
they had to
happen
make a
anymore.
yeah, exactly. They basically was like, okay, your goalie cannot play striker. Your striker cannot be goalie unless under extenuating circumstances where you get a red card and you have no subs. But that's it. Like other than that, like dude, no.
Yeah. So that's number 26, Weston McKennie. Jesus Christ. All right. Well, let's buckle up, buddy.
I'm holding on, bro. Holding on.
All right. Number 25, Bukayo Saka.
For England?
Yeah. So not just Americans. So not those listed. Not we can't confirm it's not just Americans on this list.
Now
Um,
let me can I ask this? Can I ask this? Is this just one person or is this multiple people?
of like the guys that are talking about this,
Yes, sir.
it's Nick Wright, Chris Broussard, and Kevin Wilders. Kevin
Okay.
Wilds or Wilders, whatever the hell how you
Okay.
pronounce that last name.
Okay. Okay.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
So this is what Kevin had to say. Only 24 years old and already is in his second World Cup. Okay. He has 3 goals for England in 2022. He's already one of the best passers in the world. He plays with a joy. He's fun to watch. I have England to win it or at least go further than usual. I
Wait.
have
Okay.
England to
Back up.
win it or at
Yeah.
least
Yeah. I was
go
about to say. I was
further
about to
than
say. I was
usual.
about to say that is a whole. That is a whole to win it.
I have
See,
England to win it or at least go further than you.
hmm. Okay.
All
I
right.
don't know what to say.
As someone that really loves Bukayo Saka, I will say he's really good at delivering the ball. I won't disagree with that notion, but um I don't know when it comes to like thinking of English players.
I mean, you gotta also
I'm
think
really
about,
intrigued like who else in England is on this list now because it's like
dude. I mean, no, you gotta think about it too. In real life, let's go back. Let's get off this list. In real life, you got to think about it. You do have some very talented right wingers from England, and they're really young,
mm-hmm.
up and coming, and
Well,
they're
there's one that
speedy.
plays right wing, but let's be honest, that's not really his position. But
True, true. But
but
you know,
no, England is very stacked, especially on the winger group.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Bukayo, this is like now. I will say, you don't take away from what he's doing with Arsenal, even though Arsenal looks like they're about to bottle it again. Um, like I do think Bukayo is obviously very important to the team. He is co-captain of Arsenal, so I don't want to take anything away from him. I just don't know like what has Saka done. Okay, 3 goals in the 2022 World Cup. Okay, I think you and me both agree like who is the most important player to England. And right now he's on a tear. So now he's back from injury. So hopefully we'll hopefully we'll see him on this list. But I don't even know who's gonna be on this list to be honest.
You're like how.
But I don't know. Bukai like it's weird to like really justify like who is the 26th most influential player. I feel like this should just be a shorter list. Like I don't think this should be 26 guys. I think most influential players that's at least like top 5, top 10 guys. Like
Yeah,
And so not taking any jabs to Saka. One, I love Saka. As a matter of fact, I'm having an Arsenal kid on the way that is a Bukayo Saka kid. So this isn't me like hating on Bukayo Saka because I know how important he is to Arsenal. I just don't know how important he is to England just because of how. And Edward made a good point. How deep they are at the winger position. Like, is he the best winger out of all the English wingers?
he's up there. I'm gonna be honest.
He's
He's
up
up
there for
there.
sure.
But
So we'll see if he play. Like I mean, he's gonna play,
he's
but
gonna play for sure. But
let me see.
the question is, is he going to be the starting right winger, if
Let
anything?
me see. Let me see the last call up for England, because that's pretty important to tell, right?
Mm-hmm.
At least I hope it's an important thing to tell. Okay, so last match was against Japan.
Nippon.
Okay. Um. So you had the wings. You had Gordon and Rogers starting. Was Saka on this list? Was Saka even on this column? Bukayo Saka was not on. No, but Bukayo Saka wasn't even in this column.
Was he not?
No, because you had
I'm surprised.
Marcus
Well,
Rashford,
Marcus Rashford is a really good winger, and he's been showing up.
Bowen. Bowen has been on a tear.
Oh, yeah.
Uh
I forgot about Bowen, to be honest.
oh, and then Barnes. Barnes is another guy, but maybe was Saka injured? Let me see. Okay, let me look at the qualifiers. Maybe he was on the qualifiers one. Um, nope. So Easy was on the left and Bowen was on the right. Was he on the bench? Saka was on the bench. So okay, so he yeah, so he's coming off the. Maybe he's gonna be off the bench. Looking at judging by Tuchel, he seems like he's
Yeah.
gonna be a bench guy. So crazy to put him here and on that list because of just that. Just because of that. Even though I do love Bukayo Saka and I hope that he's gonna perform for England. Not win it, but hopefully perform well for England. Because I don't. People. The thing is, people are. Well, we're not ready for England to finally have it come home. Like that's gonna be completely
I
just
mean,
madness. Awesome,
it would,
awesome for
it,
England. I'm not
it
taking
would
that away
be,
from England, but
well, I was going to say, I was like, it would be good in the sense of like, for one,
the amount of
what you call it?
babies that are gonna be conceived that day.
No, not even that, but like, you also got to think about it. Like, the one that would for sure be celebrating because would be Harry Kane.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, Harry Kane is definitely the reason why you would be happy for England, but
Yeah.
uh, I'm just saying, like, England's gonna be shut down for like months
Yeah.
if England wins the World Cup. Because I mean, obviously they haven't won a World Cup since what, the '60s. So like,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's been a
Long
while.
time.
It's been a long time. Like so that there's that. But all right, number 24 on the list is Mo Salah.
Oh,
Mo Salah is the number 24th most influential player of the 2026 World
I
Cup.
mean, he is going to be the captain of Egypt.
But is he 24th? I think he deserves to be a lot higher on this list, but that's just me. That's probably my bias in there. But this is what Chris Broussard had to say. Can he return to the form that he showed a year or so ago when he led Egypt to the knockout rounds? Was that a year or so ago?
Which one?
A year or so, like the last World Cup? Was
Really?
that was that a year or so ago?
No, that was not a year or so ago.
But it was a so.
Unless, unless, unless,
That's the so.
unless he means he's talking about AFCON.
There's no way.
That's the only thing I can think of.
That was like 3 months ago.
Excuse me, drinking water. But yeah, I mean that's the only thing I can think of that he's
Oh,
thinking about. Not
so
the
that
World
that
Cup,
was
but like
that's the so ago.
it's a cup. It's a cup. It's a cup.
So the last World Cup I'm guessing he's referring to that's the so ago. So it was like almost 4 years ago. So he's one of the greatest African players of all time, a 2-time African Footballer of the Year. Last year he was phenomenal for Liverpool, leading them to the Premier League Championship. But he's kind of gone into a slump since then. I don't know if it's him. I think it's more so just he just doesn't. I don't think him and Arnie Slot necessarily agree with each other. I don't think it's because Mohamed Salah is not of the same quality. As a matter of fact, wherever he goes, which I still think he's at the level of Europe. Which
Oh yeah,
if we're talking about like a team that could definitely use him on a free transfer, I mean, if you're
dude.
Barcelona,
Honestly, any no, and I mean that's the thing. If you want to change him over from the right wing to a striker, that may be a possibility, especially with the
oh,
whole talk surrounding Lewandowski.
Like a Robert Lewandowski replacement. I think that was basically what
Yeah,
happened with Sadio Mane, right? When he went to
yeah,
Bayern Munich, like instead of being a winger, they put him up top.
yeah. They put him as a striker.
I mean, it happens, man. Once you get up there, and the dude still has amazing pace.
No, dude, he has amazing pace for his age.
So, all right, so, but yeah, phenom. What was his last season? I don't even remember his last. What was last season for Mohamed Salah? That is like, let me see. Transfer market. Always love transfer market. That's like the best way to get stats. Let me see. 33 years old. Oh man, that dude's a baby.
No.
We're not gonna disagree in that one, please. Not I don't want to hear anybody tell me that dude's old. 33 is a great age.
Gee, I wonder why you say that, brother.
Prime of his life, some may say. The prime of his life.
Or like Monica told Chandler, the prab of lab.
The prime of lab. Oh man, I might need to rewatch Friends after The Office.
Dude, I've been rewatching Home Improvement.
Oh man, that's a good one.
Yep. Had to go back. Had to go back, bro. And then I was like, it's funny because Ika likes to watch it with me. And he's like, hey, it's the guy who always gets into accidents. And I'm just like, yep, that's him.
That's fair.
So yeah. He's like, he always gets into trouble and he always gets into accidents and he always gets hurt. He's like, it's a guy that always gets hurt. And I'm like,
well, I mean, yep. 52 appearances, 34 goals. I mean, that seems pretty important.
Yep.
So, okay, I'll give you that one, Chris Broussard. So, looking good on that one. I don't know about the slump part. I think the slump part is not necessarily his fault. But here he comes to African Cup of Nations. He turns it around and plays tremendously because he's playing. So he seems to be rounding back into form at just the right time. I get where Chris Broussard is playing. The issue right now is I just don't think Arne Slot really feels like he fits to whatever he's doing right now with Liverpool.
Yeah.
So that's only there's some reasons why Mohamed Salah isn't necessarily living up to what he did last year, and I think it's more so Arne Slot just wanting to eventually have his team.
Yeah.
All right,
that's exactly what it is.
Number 23 might piss you off, Edward.
Oh God, bring it on.
Number 23, Rafinha.
23.
Yeah.
23.
As soon as I scrolled up and I saw it, I was just like, "Yeah, this Edward's not gonna like." And isn't it Rafinha with an F or PH?
PH.
Okay, so they spelled him right.
Yeah, because so Rafinha,
no, that's the other Rafinha.
That's the other
fullback, right?
No.
Was he a
fullback? Rafinha? No, he was a center attacking mid.
That's what I'm thinking of. Okay.
He was a center attacking mid. He was in Barcelona for a while, and I believe he went somewhere in the E. No, he went to Serie A, I believe.
It's been after
that. Yeah, it's been a while since he's been around.
All right, well, let's. Oh man, I kind of saw who's above Rafinha.
Oh God,
you're gonna hate this, but
anyways, let's just keep going. Right. Let's just keep going.
So this is what Nick Wright says: 29-year-old Brazilian midfielder, the very rare late bloomer.
The late bloomer. I'm pissed.
This dude played at Leeds. Like, it's not his fault. It's because he played at Leeds. Very important player for Leeds, by the way.
But... yeah, dude, they had to give up everything for him, and he's a really important player.
He gets overshadowed with his club team because of Lamine Yamal. One, he doesn't get overshadowed.
No, he does not get overshadowed.
I legitimately said he's more important to Lamine Yamal plenty of times.
So, yeah.
As a matter of fact, I put him over Lamine Yamal for the Ballon d'Or last year.
He has shown up. Oh, dude, didn't you remember? I put Rafinha up there.
Jesus fucking Christ. Sorry for cussing, Kelsey. You know what, Kelsey? Just heads up. There's gonna be some cussing. He gets overshadowed for Brazil sometimes because of Vinny Jr. Vinny Jr. has been ass for Brazil.
He has for Brazil.
I love Vinny. So I will defend Vinny to the end. I might fight myself for Vinny, but Vinny has not been great for Brazil.
No, and I'll admit he is a really good Brazilian player. He's good. I'm gonna be honest, but
he's my player to watch for Brazil, by the way. But that's because
he has a lot to live up to. Basically,
it's the poking the stick meme. Do something.
Yeah.
Okay, so because he gets overshadowed for Brazil sometimes because of Vinny Jr. but he's fresh off of a top 5 Ballon d'Or finish. He's my pick for the Golden Ball, and Brazil will return to its birthright, winning the World Cup for the first time since 2002. I don't really know about that. But,
Okay, let me ask you this then, sir. Why the hell would you put him down all the way there if you believe that he's going to be the reason that Brazil is going to be in the World Cup?
Brazil
It
just
makes
ends.
no sense.
He helps
Bro, I
Brazil
swear to
end
God,
this stupid drought.
bro, I swear to God, if you say that Endrick's up there above Rafinha, I'm going to end this podcast. I'm going to just be like, click.
I hope it's not that bad. But yeah, late bloomer is such a. I mean, I get it. Like he didn't start getting acknowledged
Jiminy
from
Christmas.
But like also Brazil is like stacked. Like I mean, like there's guys that probably should be on the Brazilian roster, but there's like I mean, someone's going in because Rodrigo's hurt. Like that's just that.
Yeah.
You know. So but
If
that's
anything,
really
that might be
player.
that might be Vinny's spot. If anything.
Nah, Vinny's got his spot. But we'll see. We'll see. With maybe Don Carlo Ancelotti could do it. Maybe, you know, raise his eyebrow. Maybe they win a championship. Bro, that guy's gonna be just swimming in it if he
wins.
brings a World Cup for Brazil. That dude's already drowning in, you know what I mean. So like, imagine.
I know what you mean.
Ooh, man of the year. That's gonna be my man of the year. All right,
it's gonna be the dog of the year.
Dog of the year. 20. All right, 22. Folarin Balogun.
Who? Oh my God, Balogun. This guy.
There's no way.
I'm gonna hang up now. This is horrible.
There's no way. Oh my God. Oh my God. You know, I'm not even going through the descriptions anymore. Let's just keep going with the list.
Just keep going with the list. Please. Please.
Okay. Number 21, Bruno Fernandes.
Fernandes. I mean, for Portugal,
pretty important.
Yeah.
I think when you think of Portugal, obviously there's one very clear Portuguese player that you think of, but I mean, this is also might be Bernardo Silva's also his last World Cup. I mean, he just announced that he's going to be leaving Man City as well. So
yeah.
I mean, Bruno Fernandes is very important to Brazil. I mean, the guy's a really good
Portugal.
playmaker. Oh yeah, Portugal. Sorry, I'm
You're still laughing. You're still laughing
at Balogun over Rafinha, but no, yeah, Bruno Fernandes, very important player. 21. Do you feel not even top 20? I don't know. That's an interesting one, but all right. Number 20. And this is a personal favorite of you and mine, by the way. Hakimi.
Oh, God. Okay. But, okay. I could see him as being...
Okay, he's a defender, right? He's a defender. We're not going to rate defenders highly, right?
See, I mean, no, it's not even that. But I'm there. Like, I would rate him maybe 10 to 17 between that rank. Somewhere around there.
Okay, so we're okay with Hakimi.
So here's my thing.
Obviously, hold off on who's above him. But,
yeah.
But yeah, so Hakimi at 20.
Okay.
All right. I mean, yes, very important to PSG and also very important to Morocco. So I don't disagree with that. Number 19 is your boy Pedri.
Oh, what? Serious? 19? Damn. Nah, I feel like he needs to be at least top 10.
Right now, he's like one of the best midfielders, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a... God, I want to know who's above him.
God.
Let's see.
I'm scared to find out.
Number 18, Desiree Doué.
Okay. I can see Doué. I can see Doué doing it for France.
I would still put Pedri and Rafinha over him, but I mean, I do like Desiree Doué. He was once the second youngest goal scorer in the Champions. I still love that fact that happened in the Champions League final last year. Desiree Doué became the second youngest goal scorer in the Champions League history, and then a guy comes off the bench, and then he becomes the second youngest.
Yeah, that was like the craziest thing.
That was just like, wow, that sucked. All right.
Sucks to be you, friend.
18, Desiree Doué. Number 17, Lautaro Martinez. Honestly, he could go
For,
lower to me. I don't.
yeah, I would say yeah.
He's not the most influential player for Argentina.
What
I
what
mean,
number is that? What number is that?
17.
Okay, so you
He
know
could be
what?
20. He could honestly be 20. Like
Nah, you know what? I can't be too mad at that. It's a decent number. It's a decent number in my opinion. It's a
I
decent
mean,
number.
I just don't know if he's starting. That's the only thing for Argentina. That's my 17 is not a bad. I mean, he was the Golden Boot winner for coming off the bench. So yeah, not bad for him. Oh my god. All right, number 16 is Chris Richards.
Serious?
Yeah.
Hmm. I'm about to go punch it. I'm about to pick a dolphin.
I mean, probably going to be the captain of the U.S. men's national team. If I had to make an assumption, I just don't know how influential he really is. I think if you're a Crystal Palace fan, you really like him.
Yep.
I like Chris Richards. I think he's undeniably our best center back. But above Rafinha, above Pedri, above Lautaro Martinez, above Due, that's
It's pretty criminal.
bro. We're talking about influential players. Like, no offense to the United States, they're just not influential players. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, there's only one player that I could think of that would arguably be an influential player, and so far it hasn't been any of the Americans that he listed. So, all right, we're in the top 15 now. Number 15, Sadio Mane.
Okay. Wait. Okay. Yeah. 15.
Hey guys, this is Hector from the Insert Name FC podcast, here to tell you guys about Canada Dips. It is a great tasting, superior alternative to traditional dip using CBD in a way that is radical, enjoyable, and effective. It comes in 5 core flavors: wintergreen, mint, citrus, mango, and American spice. Canada Dip CBD is the new evolution in dip, allowing guys to enjoy great, long-lasting taste without the downsides. If you guys want to go ahead and try them out, use the code BELLYUP20 at CanadipCBD.com. Once again, BELLYUP20 at CanadipCBD.com, and you'll get yourself 20% off your purchase. Thank you again for Canadips for being a great partner of Belly Up Sports.
Okay.
Could be his last World Cup. Very
Yeah,
important to
could be.
Senegal.
See, I can live with that one.
Senegal was robbed of an AFCON title, so
I mean, the previous ones, yeah. No, I'm not there.
okay.
But I can live with that.
14, Jude Bellingham.
Really?
I don't even think he started for Tuchel recently.
No, not even that, bro. I'm trying to wonder, like, okay. No. Well, go ahead.
Okay. Number 13, Jamal Musiala.
13? Bro, I feel like he needs to be way up more.
I will say, I mean, maybe he drops just because of the injury, but I mean, he's still very important to Germany.
Yeah.
But I mean, Germany is very stacked, man. Because if you think about like,
yeah, but would you rather start anybody else over Musiala? Like me personally, for Germany, I mean,
I guess it depends how you feel about Wirtz.
Well, that's the thing. I feel like
I don't even know what formation they use now these days. Like, I mean, everybody's been changing their We're gonna start seeing more 3 in the back formations. By the way, just get ready for that one, people.
A bunch of flying left backs and right backs.
So 2 cams could probably very much become a thing. So I mean, if you have Jamal Musiala and Florian Wirtz, that's not that bad, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Jamal Musiala. I think 13. I mean, he should be higher, but I think with the injury, I think I can get why he's maybe at this number.
Yeah.
It just depends who's above him. That's going to be the question. And I think it might be another American. So. Oh, it's not. It's not an American. Number 12 is Son Heung-min.
Really?
Damn. I think he should be so much higher.
Well, I feel like since he's gonna be the one pulling the strings for Korea. It's gonna be hard, bro. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I mean, his group is definitely not easy. You're gonna be in Mexico, playing against Mexico. So I can't wait for K-pop versus Norteña hashtag again. So,
Oh, God.
all right, so but yeah, no, Sung Kang Min 12. I think he could be higher, but that's just me. Um, all right, 11. Virgil van Dijk.
For Netherlands, really?
Virgil van Dijk.
11?
Once upon a time, arguably the best defender in the world. I don't know. I don't know if he's still. I mean, is there anybody that you would put over Van Dijk right now?
Mm,
Bastoni?
I mean, he is the
Maybe. No,
he
I mean,
is
I
the
guess you can't really give an Italian right now any titles because of what just happened for them. But
well, no, not even that, but like I mean, like if anything,
I guess it really still is Virgil. I don't know who
I think
who.
he still is the captain of Netherlands right now.
Yeah, I mean, I know that, but I mean, like, is there anybody that you would, as far as the center back position? I know you're not really a big center back guy, but like, is there any center back right now that you could see that like dethrones him?
At the moment,
Like I don't like. I mean, if it was anybody, maybe it's the duo in Arsenal with Saliba and Gabriel. But like, I don't know, man. I think it's still Van Dijk.
yeah, I think so too, bro.
So yeah. So 11. Shit, man, I wonder who they have at 10.
That's gonna be a that's gonna be
Speaking of number
a,
10s, Luka
a
Modric.
oh, okay. I'll be honest, bro. I mean,
This
I know
is his
you're
last
a
World
Luka
Cup.
Modric fan. I know you're a Luka Modric fan and everything, but I would feel like he'd be a little bit up higher.
Like higher as in like a lower number, or higher as in
Lower
like
number, lower number.
okay. No, I agree. I agree. He should be. It's so hard not to like it's so hard not to like this guy, right? Like
Yeah.
he's just too lovable. He
Hmm.
he can do no wrong. I wish he was still at Real Madrid, but number 9 is Osman Dembele.
Mm, okay, I could see that.
All right. Number 8 is Harry Kane. I would argue probably the most important English player.
He
That's why
might
I
be.
was kind of luring to that, but definitely kind of obviously just recovered from an injury, scored a big goal against Real Madrid. We'll see how he does against the second leg against Real Madrid. Put us out of our misery, I guess. Um, yeah, no, yeah. This. All eyes are going to be on Harry Kane. Harry Kane on this World Cup, I think. As far as for England's success, but eight. I don't think eight is top. He's top 10 for sure. I don't think anybody would disagree. I don't know if. I think some people would argue for top 5. But
Yeah,
I think he's definitely top 10, right?
yeah.
Okay.
He's top 10.
Number 7, Vinicius Jr.
I think this dude was looking at Vinicius. He's number 7, who he wants to give him the position number 7.
Honestly, I think Rafinha is more important than Vinicius right now.
Yep.
But
No, I'm telling you what I think. I'm telling you what I think. I
I
think
think
this dude
Vinny's.
just saw that he's number 7, so he's like, I'm gonna give him
Yeah,
number
I don't know.
7.
Vinny is important to Brazil. I think like he need like look. Whenever Belly of Sports drops their list of, like our World Cup country profiles, by the way, whenever that drops eventually, my player to watch is Vinicius Jr. So I don't brace yourselves. So, but yeah, no, Vinny. I mean, it should make sense, right? Because this is the manager that has gotten the best out of Vinny. This is this is his team, or at least that it should be his team. But I don't know, man. The fact that you have like people wanting Neymar to come back,
Mm,
like you have people talking about how Neymar should be back for Brazil. Like that's your position, dude.
yeah.
So like if you're clearly not selling, you're not having people buying into you if they think that they should bring in Neymar, who I think by the end of his contract is linked to go to FC Cincinnati. So like, yeah,
Oh man.
I don't know. It's tough, but we'll see what Vinicius. I think Vinicius is very influential. I just don't know if he's top 10. I think as of right
I
now.
don't look. I don't consider him, and he's a good player. I mean, he's really good. If anything, well, he hasn't been named yet, so I don't even know if he's even on this list. But
For Brazilians or just players in general?
no, just in players in general.
Okay.
But keep going.
Number 6 is Christian Pulisic.
Gee, I wonder who they're fans of.
This guy should not even be top 10. I don't even think he
Not,
should be top 15.
not right now. Not right now.
I don't even. Maybe he should be 26. Honestly, like if we were making like this is where you make the top 26 most players because you want to have just one American on the list. So like yeah, um,
I'll be honest. I'll give
influential
him
for not the right reasons, I guess. Like because I mean the dude's dealing with a goal drought right now. He had probably one of the worst international breaks of all the American players. His girlfriend broke up with him. And then on top of that, it just leaked out that he was also cheating on his girlfriend. So he got exposed for
It's
a lot
not a
of
good thing.
not a great week if you're Christian Pulisic. Um, also the person that found his like so apparently Raya's like this dating app in Italy. Um, yeah, for someone to find his profile of all things, that's yeah. Yeah, so influential, maybe not for the right reasons, but definitely influential. And then can't wait for that stupid HBO docuseries on the U.S. men's national team. I'm sure that's what everybody's asking for. But yeah, I would not have this guy in the. I wouldn't have him even on the top 20. I think if we're talking about like influential American players, he's definitely number one on the list. I don't think anybody can really when you hear American player, the first or at least modern American players, the first name you're gonna think of is Christian Pulisic.
Yep.
And it's just because like we've just unfortunately overhyped this guy to a point of nauseum that like it's the LeBron James of soccer. So yeah, it's not a great look. But yeah, number 5 is the machine Erling Haaland.
Ooh.
I mean
Well, have you seen?
he's very
Have you
important
seen?
to Norway.
Yeah, but have you seen that they also have like I think it's like two or three different strikers who are like Holland's build and they play exactly like
Oh,
Holland?
Sorloth.
Yeah, no, Sorloth, but they also have another young kid, and they actually have Holland's little brother also playing.
Yeesh.
Yeah,
That's about to get scary. Scary.
Norway. Yeah,
No,
believe it or not.
Norway's gonna be a dark horse, man. Like buckle up, man. Number 4 is Kylian Mbappe.
I could see that.
Yeah, he's definitely top 5. I would argue top 3. Because I mean, dude, just the last 2 World Cups alone, man, with Kylian Mbappe, like I'm not saying this guy's Mr. World Cup, but I mean 2 World Cups where he was definitely like a key contributor to the national team.
Hmm.
So I don't think he scored. Did he score a goal in the final in 2020 and 2018?
Yeah.
He scored in 2018.
Oh, 2018? No, I don't think he did.
I know. I remember Pogba scored. I drank a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I drank a lot that day, and I was partying with French people. So I really don't remember who scored the goals. I remember Pogba scoring. That was maybe the last goal I remember scored. I think that was the last goal scored. I think, to be honest. But I just remember partying with a bunch of French people to the point where I got home and I ate a McFlurry. So yeah. Let's just go with it. Let's just continue with that. Number 3, Lamine Yamal. I'm not
Okay.
mad at this pick. I am not
Yeah.
mad at this one. I mean, dude,
It makes me wonder who they're gonna pick for number one.
kid had arguably one of the greatest summers. He turned 17 and won the Euro.
Yep.
That's probably like the greatest birthday of all time.
Hmm.
Okay, maybe that was like 2 years ago actually, but you
That
get what I
was
mean.
2 years ago. I know what you mean.
I mean, well, we heard stories of his 18th birthday. Hey, maybe for his 19th birthday, maybe he gets a World Cup.
You never know.
Might be a possibility. All right, ready for number 2?
Yep.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
What? Why is he even on the list?
He's influential. Remember, like what was it? 1 billion subscribers. Is it 1 billion subscribers? I may have over exaggerated that one. He has the record for most people, like most people following him right on social media.
Yeah, but that
Okay,
see, when they say influential, I thought they meant on the field, not like
oh yeah, because I mean,
on social
I will
media.
say Portugal looks a lot better when he's not on the field. But I mean, he's obviously he's
He's a
taking
legend.
Portugal.
He's taken Portugal on his shoulders before. The thing is, it's already time to bow out.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so
This is his
obviously
last dance, basically.
Portugal was essentially an afterthought in Europe, right? Like they weren't necessarily. They've had good players before, right? Luis Figo is obviously Deco is another name you could think of back in the
Quaresma.
day, and back in the day. But then obviously once you had CR17 because he wasn't the number 7 just yet for Portugal. But it really did after he came in. That's when you saw Portugal starting to look more like a serious contender. As a matter of fact, their first trophy was with Cristiano Ronaldo. Right? They won the Euro back in 2016. I think it was when they won it.
I believe so.
So I mean, since Ronaldo has come in, they've Portugal has now seen trophies. So, and I mean, I'll be honest with you. If you're talking about like most pressured players in the World Cup, Cristiano Ronaldo to me is number one.
Yeah,
Like
they all
this dude,
expected him to be winning all the
dude,
time.
if the dude even remotely wants to be in the conversation with Messi, which I at this point I'm kind of tired of this debate. But if you want, because I mean, let's be honest, Messi has a World Cup.
Yep,
Messi has a World Cup. Messi has literally won everything. He is the Thanos. Like he has all the jewels, the crystals.
he has the gloves.
He
He
has
has
the
the
glove.
jewels. Yeah.
Everything you want, like club success, international success, individual success. Like he's accomplished everything. He's won everything. The only thing that maybe if he wanted to play for one more thing is a Copa Libertadores. But the dude has literally won everything that you can think of that
Yep.
really is necessary as a player. So if Cristiano Ronaldo wants to even be in that conversation with Messi, which is really hard to have because I think at this point Messi just in
Blew
every
him out of the water.
it's not even close. Unfortunately, maybe once Ronaldo was close to him, but like it's literally like the dude I almost had you in Fast and Furious. So, but yeah, if you're talking about most pressured player to win for the World Cup, it's Ronaldo. Like, because if he doesn't win the World Cup, this is it. Like,
Yep.
I don't see him playing at 44. So, and if he is, like, good God, he must be in great shape. To the point where João Felix, hopefully should be in his prime at the time. Like, and the dude still can't jump over the guy. So, yeah, like a lot of the Portuguese players are going to be very pissed off if he's still here. Um, yeah. Edward, do you want to just assume? You want to guess who number 1 is?
I'm guessing they picked Messi.
It's Messi.
Oh, God.
It is Messi.
I mean, he does have influence, but I mean, I don't know, man.
Most influential player. Like, I mean, this is his last World Cup. It's his last World Cup. I don't care. People are gonna say never, but this is. I think this is very much it. Like, I think we've seen it. Messi had his last Argentina match in Argentina. You saw the emotion that he had for it. There's gonna be a friendly in College Station, which that is just the most interesting thing ever.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
That was odd to me.
That's
College
so like
stage?
obviously 2 friendlies before they go into the World Cup. So Argentina will be in Kyle Field. I would have loved to gone to this game, Edward, only
Hmm.
just to just say we went to go see, finally get to say we say, oh, we're finally gonna watch Messi, and then Messi doesn't play
Again?
again. So it's just our or what's it, our white whale? Just we can never catch this guy.
Mm-mm.
But unfortunately, I'm gonna be in Nevada when this friendly happens, so I can't go
So
to
you
College
can't
Station.
even, yeah, you can't
Can't even
even.
go to College Station, man. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is, man. But yeah, I think once upon a time, mate. Yeah, I know, definitely, I get it. When you're talking about influence, and I think that's the question I'm gonna go in right now with you, Edward. Like, what exactly? How do we define influential player? Are we talking about on the field? Are we like how would
That, and
you
that's exactly what I was asking. I was like, are they talking about on the field? Or are they talking about like social media?
like?
Because
I will
you brought
argue.
up a good you brought up a good or not argument, but you brought up a good point that you were like, well, he does have like 1.8 million, 1.8 billion people like subscribe to him. to following him, and I
I
was
mean, his
like,
YouTube
yeah,
channel just within a day, it was just like he already had like a million subscribers. Like he already had like 1 billion subscribers. He already had like all the whatever the awards they give you at YouTube for achieving like certain milestones.
yeah. No, I know, and I know he did. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, was it that they were going for?
I
You
mean,
know?
Al Nassr probably has like the most jersey sales of all time because of this guy, as far
Yeah.
as like the Saudi league. But I don't know. Like if you're talking about influential players, I think if we were gonna do a top five, Edward, just think of top five. I think at least for me, number one would be Kylian Mbappe.
Yeah.
I think obviously probably a key part of. I honestly I'm not a big fan of like the clip of him like demanding the captain's armband from N'Golo Kante. One talk about a
Oh,
really lovable guy, by the way.
that dude there. Remember
I
how I
would
said you
if
can
I
never
was
hate him?
Mbappe at that moment. No, he's the captain. Let him be the captain. I don't
Yes.
need to be the captain. But also, this is the same guy that also like basically said "fuck you" to Xabi Alonso to do the ring the little the honor guard for Barcelona winning the Spanish Super Cup. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, like maybe this isn't the right guy, but Kylian Mbappe, I would argue, is like at least my number one pick for influential players, just because of obviously, you know, third World Cup appearance. Can he get to the World Cup final again? Can he win another World Cup? You know, is he going to continue to build on his legacy as probably right now this modern era's like best player in the world? We'll
Yeah.
see. But I would say I don't know, Edward, do you agree with that or
No, I agree with you. I agree with you.
number two for me is Lamine Yamal.
Yeah. That's exactly my pick too.
Like
Number two, Lamine Yamal.
super young, already has like a lot of success.
Oh,
A lot of
actually,
success.
okay. I would actually
If you want to flip it, that's fine.
no, no, no. You're good. But I was gonna say my number three, and he's actually a Real Madrid player. It's the number three. We're talking about influence, so I would say Valverde. That's who I was surprised that I didn't see on the list.
Oh, well, yeah, okay. So that's definitely on the. Can't believe they left this guy out. Yeah,
Yeah, because I mean, you got to think about
he's
it.
literally he's
He's
probably
gonna
the
be he's
cap.
gonna be the captain of Uruguay, and think about it. You see him shoot from far out, and he scores. You best believe your damn bippy. Your players are gonna be all, hey, let's do this. Let's keep doing this. Let's keep doing
That's a
this, and they're
go.
gonna keep pushing.
That's a good shot. I love that one. Number four. Also, dude, speaking of Spanish players, Gavi,
But the thing is, he's
or
been
has he
hurt,
been hurt?
bro. He's been hurt. Like he
Okay.
keeps picking up a knock
Like,
here and
I,
there,
I was gonna
bro.
say Fermin Lopez, but I just don't think people are
Oh
really
no,
talking.
well,
I don't think
they're
people
not
are
talking about
talking about Fermin
him,
Lopez, but
but the thing
they
is, he is
should.
a dog. Oh my god,
They
dude, that
should.
dude,
That
that dude.
kid,
The thing is, if he plays the same way that he's been playing at Barcelona, dog, that dude there, he is gonna get,
he could be like the Mario Götze. Well, hopefully not end the way
dude.
Mario Götze ended, but I mean, like you know what I mean, like the
No, no, I
unlikely
know what you
hero,
mean, but
the
yeah,
unlikely
but
hero.
dude,
Yeah.
like he is, he
Okay.
is the guy who will never stop. He is
Okay.
a
Now
train.
now that you mentioned that, now I'm okay. Now I'm with you now. So number four. I mean Harry Kane.
Harry Kane, okay.
Harry Kane would be. Is that fair for Harry Kane to be number four?
Yeah, to be honest with you, that's where I was expect. Well, okay, I was expecting Harry Kane to be like number eight, number seven or six, somewhere around there.
Who would you put over him right now?
Excuse me, Rafinha for one.
Okay. Okay.
Rafinha for Brazil.
So Rafinha for four, and then Harry Kane at five. If we're doing a top five,
Mm, Rafinha for four, because he would be the Brazil influence right now.
he's a lot more important than Vinicius Jr. in my opinion.
Yeah,
So the dude's just a spark plug. I mean, literally, that's what he does for Barcelona. The reason
dude, he's an engine.
why the Highline is so effective
Think
is
about
because of him.
think about it this way. He
And,
is one of
and
the
this isn't
he
me
is
taking
one of the
jabs at Lamine
captains.
Yamal, but the
Think about
dude's
it.
pace is just
No, no. The thing is, think
amazing.
about it this way. He just joined Barcelona a couple of years ago, and
Mm-hmm.
he's already a team. He's already a team captain.
Mm-hmm. Late bloomer.
Jesus.
I will say though, if there was American players, yes, Christian Pulisic would be the first guy I think of as far as influential
Yeah,
players for the World Cup. Because I mean, U.S. is really going to be dictated on how he performs. As long as he's not an idiot and doesn't try and doesn't play like hero ball like he always thinks he needs to do, U.S. will be fine. But yeah, like it to me, you like if you're gonna do most influential players, just keep it short. Like top five, like maybe some people will disagree with this list, but who's gonna disagree with Kylian Mbappe, Lamine Yamal, uh, who's number three? Valverde, Rafinha and Harry Kane. Who's gonna disagree with those guys as influential players for the World Cup? Though I
yeah,
mean, some people might say Valverde at number five just because Harry Kane and Rafinha, but I think that's a fair list. Some people would argue for Valverde just because it's Valverde, and it's
yeah.
Uruguay. But I think that's a fair list, at least just coming off the top of my head. All right, so Edward, was there anyone that you were like they're not wrong here for putting this player?
Dude, I mean, I think the 15 and above, 15 and lower. I mean, I think those are the players that I'm like, man, they're wrong for putting them dudes
No,
up
they're
down
not
there.
wrong here. Like they were
Oh,
actually
they're
kind of
not
right.
wrong.
Like they're kind of right here.
I
Like
want to
you
say
agree the thing that
maybe like the mid top 10. Like those are the ones where we were like, okay, okay, I can see that. Okay,
okay.
okay, I can see that. Like we were both in
Even
the
though
in the boat.
even though you definitely did not agree with Ronaldo and Messi, and I think it's just because of where they are right now in their careers. Like
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Um, for me, it's definitely the Nick Wright's take on Weston McKennie that I don't disagree. Like the thing I don't disagree with him is because like yes, he has been very important to Juventus. Take that with a grain of salt, but just because of how Juventus has been. But like he's definitely been important to Juventus. He's been one of their more consistent players. He has been asked to play multiple positions for them. So like
Hmm.
I get the justification for Weston McKennie. I don't agree with the ranking or even having him on this list. Because like I said, if there's gonna be an American player on any top influential players list, even if there like was, it would be Christian Pulisic, and it's just because if that's the first name you think of when you think of U.S. soccer.
Yeah.
So that was just my only logic behind it. But the wow that was bad. Yeah, just having Balogun over Rafinha.
That it just that's where I was just like, are these guys
Honestly, like
smoking?
just
Like,
the players that they've had, they like the American players that they put over certain guys, like having Balogun over Rafinha. I forgot who Chris Richards was above, but yeah, even that's like a little bit audacious. Even though I do love Chris Richards and I think he is actually a very important player to the United States. It's just like, bro, there's no way you can like argue that an American player is more influential than a Rafinha, than a Pedri, than a Harry Kane. Like, there's just no way you can argue that. Like, I get it that the World Cup's here. It's going to be here in the United States, Mexico, and Canada. Also crazy. There's Alphonso Davies.
oh, dude, yes.
Like that dude's. If you're talking about North American players, like that's probably like the most influential North American player in general, just because of he is going to be very important to Canada if healthy. That yeah, just thinking of CONCACAF players, just in general, first name off the top of the list is Alphonso Davies.
Yep.
So like
100%.
Christian Pulisic isn't even the number one North American player. That should tell you everything.
Hmm.
Honestly, I would put Raul Jimenez over him.
Hmm.
I would put Gilberto Moro over him.
Okay,
If
I
what
believe
influential
for
wise.
Gilberto. Yeah.
But all right, was there anybody? Well, I guess I kind of said it for you. Wow, that was bad. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I knew as soon as they put Balogun over Rafinha, I was like, dude, what the hell are we doing? Like,
What is going on?
whoever wrote this, by the way, whoever made this list, like I'm confident that these three guys did not make this list. So whoever wrote this list, like, dude, like to quote Stephen A. Smith, just put the weed down. Just put it down, man. Um, but so yeah, so my thoughts. Oh, well, let me see. All right, I guess can't believe that this guy. Well, I said Alfonso Davies. You said Valverde, so we kind of already mentioned that one. But I think the last thing I'm gonna say, it's Fox Sports 1, right? You have Stuart Holden. and you have, unfortunately, Alexi Lawless. I will say David Mossy. I know you may not be familiar with David Mossy, but he is a writer for Fox Sports, and he does Alexi Lawless's podcast, the State of the Union, with him, and he kind of becomes like the voice of reasoning. A lot of times when Alexi Lawless is like going like super gun ho United States, and David Mossy is one. By the way, David Mossy is Brazilian, so
okay.
So he kind of like brings them back down to like, yeah, they're not
that good,
bro.
Like
it's just like great pairing. I think it's a very good yin to yang relationship that these two have. But you have like Stuart Holden, you have David Mossy, you have Alexi Lawless, if you want to really go there. I believe, and once again, you have like the announcer team, right? That covers like soccer for FS1. You could have had those guys had this conversation. Now, am I saying that conversation would be much better? I don't know. I think maybe they'll have a better say in how this list goes. Because, I mean, maybe Alexi Lawless would find a way to add all the American players on this list, but like I'm sure David Mossy and Stuart Holden would do as best as they can to keep him under a good leash. So like, I don't know, man. Like you have soccer people, and then like obviously, Fox Sports has like slowly been announcing the people that are going to be there to cover the World Cup. They just announced Chicharito's going to be on the broadcast. Well, not the broadcast, on the, I guess, like analyst.
Oh, the analyst? Really?
Yeah, well, he's going to be one of the analysts for the World Cup for I guess, the English version. Obviously, because it's not, he's not going to be on Univision. And then Zlatan Ibrahimovic is another name, which I'm just excited for that, just to see Zlatan and just calling out.
Zlatan could score better than that.
Just seeing him call out Alexi Lawless on his bullshit is just going to be the best thing ever. And that's what I'm really rooting for.
Oh my god!
It's just looking.
You're rooting for debauchery.
It's what was it? Who's the English player? English striker, played for Liverpool. I think is it Sturridge? No, or Sturridge.
Sturridge, Daniel Sturridge.
Yes, Daniel. Like when they were covering the Euros and they had Alexi Lawless talking, and you just see Daniel Sturridge just looking at him like, dude, what the fuck is this guy on? He never said anything to Alexi Lawless, but you could just, it was the face. You could
see, yeah.
And the best part with Zlatan is like, or at least this is what I'm hoping for. This is probably the only way I'm gonna be watching the English broadcast, by the way.
Oh my god!
just to see like Zlatan just like shutting up Alexi Lawless. It's just like that's the only thing I'm looking forward to it. Like that the guy that's on the beep button, it just has to be on the ready, in my opinion, because. You know what you signed up for when you hire Zlatan Ibrahimovic, but I just can't wait. First of all, I just can't believe we're now in a world where instead of watching Zlatan like on the field, we're listening to.
We're gonna be yeah, I was about to say we're gonna witness him talking.
Yeah, this is gonna be. It's just more and more. We're just getting older, like guys that we like. We like. I don't want to say idolize because that would be a little bit crazy with that phrasing.
But we saw growing up, like we watched growing up,
admired. Yeah, I think that's the word I want to go with. Admired. Guys that we admire their way of playing, and now they're like, now they're the experts. It's one of those like, dang. It's like, dude, I literally just realized, I was like, dude, I remember watching John Cena and Dave Bautista winning their first like championship belts from WWE. Dude, I remember that. I was like, Jesus Christ, I'm old. I saw his first of 16. So, like, I was like, this dude wanted 16, or I don't know how many times, whatever the record is now for most WWE championships. I was just like,
oh god,
I saw number one.
Yeah,
I remember the belt change.
I remember that. The spinning belt. Hey, don't lie, the US spinning belt, bro. That was pretty cool.
US spinner belt was great. The WWE one, that was egregious.
That one, yeah, the US one was amazing.
Yeah, that was the cool one, and then JBL brought back the old one. Great heel. I honestly like.
He did play a very, very convincing heel. Like I had never in my life ever wanted to beat the crap out of somebody so bad.
The worst part is like that storyline can never be done again.
Nope.
Like not ever again. No one. JBL can't be going to like allegedly the border of Mexico and kicking a Mexican immigrant.
Yep.
Like, that's like
not anymore.
That was. Yeah, Vince McMahon is not involved with the WWE anymore. So, for some very obvious reasons. But
Yeah.
but yeah, so that is the FS1. And then Edward.
Righteous Felon Craft Jerky is the official jerky of Belly Up Sports. For over a decade, Righteous Felon Craft Jerky has led the American meat snack revolution by concocting delicious, adventurous, U.S.-sourced jerky recipes for uncompromising carnivores across the country. With 15 different flavors to choose from, Righteous Felon has all jerky lovers covered, and by using promo code BELLYUP, you will get 15% off your purchase at righteousfelon.com. Do your taste buds a favor today and rip into a bag of Righteous Felon jerky.
Me and Kelsey were talking about like our thinking of like guys that will make it to the U.S. men's national team for the World Cup, and I said it probably wouldn't be that hard to really decide who's going to be on the team, and then so I was like, you know what, let me see if I can maybe get in the head of Mauricio Pochettino, because a lot of people are really mad. I get it, like. These last call-ups were terrible. But also, we were playing against Belgium and Portugal. Even if it's not their best players out on the pitch. One, you still had Kevin De Bruyne in Belgium. Yes, an older Kevin De Bruyne. Actually, prime of his life, some may say, Kevin De Bruyne. In his prime, some may say of Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, still, dude played phenomenally. Also, once again, it's super hard to go one-on-one with Jeremy Doku.
Oh, God, no. Don't even start, dude. That is probably one of the most difficult wingers that you can even think about going on.
Tip of my cap to Tim Weah, because I think he did a really good job, but he was very much on tired legs. So that is not an easy task going 1v1 with Jeremy Doku. But yeah, so Belgium, not an easy opponent. Portugal, yes, they didn't have Cristiano Ronaldo there, but I mean, it's still a very good Portugal team. And João Felix looks like he's getting some confidence back. So I don't know. I think João Felix is that guy that I'm just not gonna give up on. I don't know if that makes any sense.
So that's your Timo Werner?
I don't know if it's a Timo Werner, but
no, it's your Timo Werner. You know, like how my Timo Werner is Timo Werner.
Yeah, but I guess you could say that. So like, you know, because there's like a guy that you're just like, I think he's a good player. I just don't want to give up. Like for instance, in the NFL. Sam Darnold, I never gave up on Sam Darnold. I believe that he was going to be a good quarterback. And guess what? He won a Super Bowl. So, you know, belief can still...
so, nuts to you, he says.
Maybe not really on me. He was in a really great Seattle team. But, I mean, he didn't really play that great in the Super Bowl, to be honest. But he still...
You know what I mean?
He got a team... First of all, he got the team to the Super Bowl, and he played great in that NFC Championship game. Anyway, but yeah, I guess he João Felix is essentially my Timo Werner. But yeah, like he looks like he's getting confidence back. Maybe it just took him playing in Al Nassr. Who knows? Maybe he goes back to Europe. We'll see what happens with him. But yeah, still like two not very easy opponents, right? Like they're I believe they're both top 10 countries in the FIFA rankings. So like, was I expecting the U.S. to like shock the world and beat these two countries? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. First of all, who has that kind of bar? So like, I mean, yes, it wasn't great results. You know, obviously you don't want to see losses. And then on the flip side, you have Mexico drawing against both these teams, so that just kind of like doesn't help our case, at least for the U.S. Mm-hmm. But I still think that there was some positive to take from it, because once again, like these are friendlies. You know, like I think that there's nothing wrong with Pochettino still testing things out. I mean, as long as he doesn't test things out in the World Cup, like you know, like how Greg Berhalter did. so there's that. So like I don't know. But anyways, so I created my own. I projected my own 26-man roster, and yeah. So I'm gonna tell you the players that were, and I'll see if you think I similar to Stephen A. Smith, maybe need to lay off the weed. So all right. So we'll go down with position groups. Goalkeepers, I have Matt Freese from NYCFC, Matt Turner from New England Revolution, and Chris Bray from the Chicago Fire. Obviously, all MLS guys, because there is not a single goalkeeper that's abroad right now that, well, is playing. So maybe Gago Sanina, but I haven't heard about that kid in years now. So I as far as I know, he's probably like just not with us anymore. He's just not playing anymore. As far as I know, I really haven't been keeping up with the kid. But yeah, I think the goalkeeper group is probably the easiest one. Yeah, Matt Turner had a stinker against that 5-2 loss to Belgium, but also we're talking about Belgium. So it's not an easy team to face off against. I don't put like all the goals on him necessarily. Do I think he's a starting goalkeeper for the U.S. men's national team? I don't think so. But it's not like we have like a really set like number one keeper, if that makes any sense, Edward.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Like we no more the days of having a Tim Howard.
Yeah,
so,
no more of having the dog.
Yeah, so we just don't have that kind of guy. Matt Turner, his biggest gripe is just that he started playing very late.
Yeah.
Speaking of late bloomers,
well, there you go. There's a
that's
real
actually a late bloomer.
There.
So, which is crazy to think about it, man. This guy like I think he starts playing like in high school, and then gets in with a college, and then then becomes a professional soccer player. So like, that's impressive nonetheless. But yeah, I would like honorable mentions for goalkeepers. It's honestly Diego Cochin and Patrick Schulte. Schulte, I think he's a good keeper for Columbus, but I just don't see Pochettino calling him up. He did call him up for this last one, but obviously didn't play. And then Diego Cochin is another guy that I just keep an eye on just because maybe it's a little unfair, but I mean, we are talking about a kid that's playing from La Masia.
Oh yeah.
Like that just doesn't happen, especially for Americans. Even though Conrad de la Fuente was technically one of them. But
yeah. He didn't pan out. I was always rooting for him. You know that.
I mean, I still keep up with him. I know he's playing in the lower leagues, but I mean, still, I keep up with the kid.
Okay.
But Diego Cochin, obviously with our FC Barcelona, I think he was like one of the reserve keepers, just because obviously I think it's just what right now.
With Joan Garcia
and Chesney.
Yeah.
So
you can't really take down Chesney.
So he's gonna be the third keeper, which I mean, people are saying, "Oh, Diego Cochin needs to leave Barcelona." I'm like, dude, stay put.
Yeah.
Stay put. Chesney's not gonna stay there forever. Like
no,
he might be gone by next season. So like you can become.
He might be gone like Lewandowski going that way, like leaving.
So he's gonna be the de facto backup keeper. One, he's cheap. Like he's an academy product. Like you're not spending a lot of money on him. So, and I mean, goalkeeper, you already have your goalkeeper. You already spent the money for your goalkeeper. So, Diego Cochin just play a few Copa del Rey matches, maybe play some friendlies. Honestly, he's in a great spot. And then the only thing that's gonna suck is just waiting for your opportunity to become the starting keeper. But aside from that, not a bad place to be right now, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's goalkeepers. Center backs, I have Chris Richards from Crystal Palace. Like I said, he's our best center back, so I stand with that. Mark McKenzie from Toulouse. Old man Tim Ream from Charlotte FC. Old man Tim, prime of his life. Tim Ream. Austin Trusty of Celtic and Miles Robinson, FC Cincinnati. Center backs are pretty straightforward. There's only really one center back that I really would say keep an eye on for honorable mentions, and that's Noah Kai Banks. And obviously the reason why he's not on, at least I think he would honestly jump over some of these center backs immediately, is just because he's still undecided whether he wants to play for USA or hope that Germany will give him a call up. So, which, to be honest, if that was my options, I'd be waiting too. So, no offense, but or all offense, I don't really care. I don't play for the U.S. men's national team. Look, if Noah Kai Banks is if he's like, I could definitely be I could definitely be a starter for the U.S. men's national team. Go, I don't blame you. But at the same time, bro, if he's waiting out, it's because clearly there's a sign. He has some sort of message, got some sort of message from Germany saying, we're keeping an eye on you.
Yeah. I think that's exactly what I was thinking too. I was like, I think he's biding his time for something.
Yeah, first of all, he's 19.
Yeah.
Dude could take all the time he wants right now. He's got plenty of World Cups. in his horizon. So if he wants to sit out this one to maybe get because I mean Tony Rudiger is not getting any younger. So I mean Jonathan Tah. I mean I believe Jonathan Tah is the other center back for Germany. Yeah, I'd be waiting. I mean, I don't know what the selection is for German center backs right now, but the way he's been playing at Augsburg, I think I have a good shot. So I mean, I would wait. Yes, you get that one-time switch, but I'd rather do that one-time switch when maybe the national team that I was hoping to play for, I'm just not good enough for, and then I'll make the switch to the U.S. No offense to the U.S., maybe some offense to the U.S. You're just not Germany. You're just not no. And I know there's players that have chosen. Okay, I don't know if they really chose USA over Germany, but guys like Fabian Johnson and Jermaine Jones, I know those guys were really good for the U.S. men's national team, and I'm not taking anything away from those guys because Edward knows that I love both those guys dearly. Yep. But they chose the U.S. Maybe we don't know really the real reason, but we know probably it's because Germany wasn't really looking at them. So once again, no offense, but. If I was Spanish, Spanish American, and Spain was maybe gave me a little hint that I might be an option for them, yeah, I'm not taking that USA call up. No offense, but I mean, come on, it's not top 5 nation in the world versus five guys listed on the top 26 most influential players in the 2026 World Cup. So come on. Wow, that's also crazy to think. We only had one German player on that list. I didn't really think about that.
Yeah.
That's insane. Manuel Neuer? I mean, if you had Messi and Ronaldo in there, why not Manuel Neuer?
Yeah.
Or Ter Stegen. Well, Ter Stegen has been an interesting. That's been quite the slope for that guy. But
yeah,
anyways,
I feel bad for him.
I really do. I really do too. Wingbacks, we got Serginho Dest from PSV, Anthony Robinson from Fulham, Alex Freeman from Villarreal, used to be Orlando City, but now Villarreal, Max Arfson of the Columbus Crew, and Joe Scally of Borussia Mönchengladbach. I don't know why I said Scally like that, but, well, we're here now. I will point out, as I was looking at this list, he's also seeing, positions slashed on there. So I do have some guys that I would argue in the back end that could play multiple positions. And starting on this list, I have Alex Freeman and Joe Scally, who can also play center back.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually true.
And I didn't do that for Max Arfson, but he can also play on the wing as well. So fullback and on the wing. Technically, he's actually a winger, but Poch has been using him as a wing back now. So there's that. Really no other guys I can think of as fullbacks that I would probably even consider. So that made things really straightforward on that one. Midfield. I got 7 guys here. I got Weston McKennie, number 26 guy, most influential player of the 2026 World Cup. who could play literally everywhere on the field except goalkeeper. So,
you're never going to live that down, are you?
Oh, man, that's quite the take. But yes, he can play center mid. He obviously can play attacking mid, and also can play on the right. So that is valuable. But for me, obviously, he's going to be an 8. And he's an 8 in my eyes on this one. Johnny Cardozo, Atletico Madrid. I mean, Johnny, look, I know I don't want to do that whole cheat of the guy plays for this team, he should be good. Because obviously that's just Julian Green with Bayern Munich, even though I don't even think he played a single game for Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
But, Johnny Cardozo is playing for Atletico Madrid. Maybe not starting all of them, but he does play for Atletico Madrid. So I think that is considered, I think, good. So, and I will say, he did have a good match against Belgium because the first half was actually probably the only highlight of that Belgium game. So, he definitely was one of the good things of that game. So hopefully we're starting to see him play better because the big gripe for him is he just doesn't play well for the U.S. men's national team. So maybe that's a sign that we're going to see Johnny Cardozo finally living up to the hype that he has right now for himself. So there's that. I got Tyler Adams from Bournemouth. Tanner Tessman, another guy that can play multiple positions, center mid, center defensive midfielder, and also can play center back, but not very well. But he can play center back.
Yeah, he can play center back, just not very well.
I got Malik Tillman, who of course can play cam, can play center mid. Maybe not. I don't have a lot of film on him on center mid, and can play on the wings. So just point that out. Diego Luna, who obviously cam and can play on the wings. I think a lot of people don't think that Diego Luna is going to make this World Cup roster. I think he does. Once again, Pochettino really likes him. The kid is a dog, and I mean, sometimes we need a dog. We need a dog. This team needs a dog. Edward kind of pointed out with the goalkeepers, but we need a dog somewhere on this field. Kind of similar to a Clint Dempsey. So, not very Clint Dempsey, but still some Clint Dempsey adjacent maybe is what I'll use. And then the last guy who maybe some people are shocked by, but Gio Reyna, who can obviously play the cam, can play on the wings from Borussia Mönchengladbach. Gio Reyna is not having a great club career right now for himself, but for some reason, whenever he puts on the USA shirt, he just seems to have a highlight. So I think that needs to be taken into consideration. He's like the James Rodriguez of the USA. Not a very good James Rodriguez, but still the James Rodriguez of the USA. Just don't piss off his dad.
Right.
Forwards, I have Christian Pulisic. I mean, who could play the wing, can play the cam, can play the center forward. My only thing is, like, I just need him to not think that he needs to put everything on himself. It's my only thing I have again for Christian Pulisic, because that's really what hurt us in these international call-ups. I just think he was just doing too much when he could have just passed the ball and maybe had a better chance at a goal. But that's just me. Tim Weah, obviously, could play the wing, could play cam, and honestly, could also be a striker. So, he very much can. This one, I just don't know if it's going to happen, but I really want it to happen, and that's Alejandro Zendejas.
Oh, yeah.
He can play on the wings. Obviously, plays for Club America. Has been really good for Club America. Very important player to Club America. So I would love for him to be called up at some point. I think he has been called up before, but he plays. He plays, and you want to talk about a dog? It's Alejandro Zendejas. Little dude. The dude's a little chihuahua, but still, he has some fighting.
He's a little chihuahua,
dude is tiny. Like, let's see how tall he is. I could shoot myself in the foot if he turns out to be taller than me.
I'm kind of expecting that, to be honest with you, just by an inch.
That's gonna be the funniest thing ever if he is like taller than me by an inch.
I'm gonna make fun of you, Doug.
We're the same height.
No way.
He's 5'6".
Oh dang.
So yeah, little chihuahua.
So I can't. So are you calling yourself a little chihuahua?
Dude, I have always mentioned how short I was. I have never sugarcoated that part. but
so I'm asking you, are you calling yourself a little chihuahua?
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, Alejandro Zendejas, the kid's playing. Like, I get it that there's guys that you just like seeing, but like, I think Zendejas just brings something that I think is going to be really helpful for you. He's not starting, okay? He's not starting, but I would love to have him on the bench. And also, we're not really that deep on wingers, so
that's a surprising. Well, maybe because I'm. Never mind.
Who are you thinking?
No, because I'm always thinking like we're pretty deep on wingers, and I'm thinking about Barcelona, not US.
Oh, I mean, when you look at it like that, yeah, Barcelona is very deep at winger.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I'm just like, oh man.
Yeah, I mean, guys that could be wingers, obviously Brendan Aronson, but he's more of a cam. Yunus Musa hasn't really been called up since the first Pochettino call-up.
Yeah.
And he could play. I mean, he's more of a midfielder, but can play on the wing. Yeah, that's basically that. At least the honorable mention guys. But and then Folarin Balogun, who apparently is more influential than Rafinha.
Ricardo,
apparently Ricardo Pepi of PSV, and Haji Wright.
I could see him. I could see him playing.
Haji Wright, who can play striker and can play on the wings, who comes from Coventry City. Obviously, probably first thing people are asking is like, well, where's Patrick Agyemang? Well, good question, that guy. He got hurt. He's definitely out for the World Cup. So he would be the guy that I would imagine Pochettino would call up. As a matter of fact, like if Poch did have Agyemang, I think that would be bye-bye to Alejandro Zendejas, unfortunately. And that just goes back to the whole thing with me and Edward. We talked about this before. But you just really want a really fast big guy. And Patrick Agyemang is a really fast big guy. Like massive human being. So
when you said that, I just thought of my kid singing the SpongeBob song, Big Guy.
Is there a song called Big Guy in SpongeBob?
Well, it's I want to say it's Cardi B or somebody, some singer.
Cardi B was on, dude.
No, she wasn't on SpongeBob. I'm saying the song, on the SpongeBob song, on the movie.
There's a song called.
Yeah,
Cardi B made a song for the SpongeBob movie.
I think so. I want to say it was Cardi B. I don't know.
I gotta look this up because this just sounds.
Just look up song, SpongeBob song, Big Guy, and then it'll give you the singer and everything. That's it.
All right, SpongeBob song.
I know everybody who's listening to us knows what I'm talking about. Especially if you're a parent and you took your kids to go see that new SpongeBob movie that came out. You know what? And then the kids constantly.
Ice Spice.
Ice Spice. Yeah, that one. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't keep up with the rap or hip hop.
That's a pretty big jump from Cardi B. I mean, kind of in the same department, I guess. But
yeah,
which is the funniest thing ever was I didn't ever knew Ice Spice was a musical artist. I thought she was like a. We'll not go there. So like,
OnlyFans.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And the only reason why is because, all right, well, little side note. When I was in the military, there was guys that had American flags like in their rooms, but on the American flag, they had a picture of Lisa Ann.
Oh.
So
that's...
Let's just say Lisa Ann is a legend of some sort. But yeah, so when I saw, and then there was a picture of like, Marines like in Afghanistan having flags, and there was a picture of Ice Spice on the flag. And so I was like, oh, this must be the modern Lisa Ann. So like,
no sir.
So then when I learned that she's a music artist, I was like, oh, okay. I apologize to Ice Spice for making that assumption. But
I'm sure she'll forgive you.
I maybe we'll see, but well, maybe we won't see. But yeah, so yeah, that was anyways. So there's like obviously besides the other honorable mentions, Sebastian Berhalter, which I think he did everything he could to ruin his chances in those call-ups. Aiden Morris might be a good option just because he's a CM, plays in the championship. So if you want to look for a guy with physicality, that might be your guy. But yeah, that is my 26-man roster. Gave you some honorable mentions just in case if injuries happen. The only one that I can see actually not happen is Alejandro Zendejas, but I just don't think we're that deep in the wing that we might need to bring him in, which wouldn't be a bad thing because I think he's good and I think he deserves to be called up.
Okay.
So there's that. All right, so just so you have an idea, Edward, the formation I'm thinking of are two formations. It's the 3-4-2-1 formation and the 4-2-3-1 formation, which are formations that we've seen Pochettino use at this point. And so clearly, goalkeeper one is Matt Freese for both those formations. If you guys are looking at the video version of this podcast, formations are literally like right there next to us. But I'll just quickly break it down. Center backs, the constants are Chris Richards and Austin Trusty. For the three in the back formation, I have Tim Ream. But obviously for the 4-2-3-1, two center backs, so wing backs are still Sergino Dest and Anthony Robinson. So that doesn't change at all. My midfield with the center midfielders, it's going to be Weston McKennie. And I'm honestly not sure, but it's either between Tyler Adams or Johnny Cardoso. So that's the only two that the only position group I'm conflicted. Obviously, I like Tyler Adams. I know what he brings to the table. But obviously, Johnny Cardoso should be better. If that makes any sense, Edward?
I guess I could see that.
But yeah. Either way, both and also for Cams, it's Malik Tillman in my opinion. I think he clearly has proven that he needs to be on the starting lineup. I think he, as a creative player, he's very important. And also on set pieces, he's definitely a much clearer option than Christian Pulisic. Christian Pulisic, I put him as a cam in the 3 in the back formation, just because obviously you have wing backs, so that kind of they're your wingers.
Yeah.
But obviously with the 4-2-3-1 formation, Christian Pulisic does play on the wing, and now Tim Weah is in this one. And so if you guys are trying to figure out, I swapped Tim's. So Tim Ream is in the 3-4-2-1 formation. Tim Weah is in the 4-2-3-1 formation. So obviously because Tim Weah plays on the wing. And then obviously strikers Fuller and Balogun. Now, part of me really wanted to put Ricardo Pepi, but I think at this point Balogun is the clear 9. I think Pepi is a really good choice coming off the bench. And for people that think that Pepi is not going to get called up, well, Ajaman just got hurt. So if Pochettino was thinking of not calling him up, well, it's too late now. You're going to have to call him up.
Yeah, he's going to have to call him up.
Your hands are tied at this point. Yep. But Edward, your thoughts? Your thoughts on my whole call up as a whole and the formations, at least the tactics that I'm thinking of.
I mean, I actually like you. Well, you did say you're trying to reach your inner Pochettino, but honestly, yeah, I think I can roll with that, and I feel like the U.S. can actually make a good with that formation. And like you said, most of this World Cup, maybe using 3 center backs instead of the 4 that we're used to, or 3 defenders instead of the 4 that we're used to.
The thing is like, because people keep talking about how the U.S. is going to get grouped, and I get why they say that, just because obviously I get it. The U.S. is not a really good team. But I mean, you're playing Australia, Paraguay, and then Turkey. Your toughest opponent is Turkey. Like, I mean, Arda Güler, Yildiz, like, that's a good team. They've always been a good team in World Cups. Like that, so I don't want to take anything away from Turkey. Paraguay and Australia, I would argue, is almost at the same level with the U.S. men's national team. So the reason why I say that is because, like, with teams when they're on par, it's usually a better shot that the U.S. is going to win. When it's obviously the upper echelon teams is the teams that you have to worry about. I would argue Turkey is very much considered a better, I wouldn't say upper echelon, but definitely a better team than Australia and Paraguay, even though Australia and Paraguay are really good teams and they're going to be tough outings because they're really good defensively. But I think, and it's unfortunate because the U.S., I think Poch wants them to be like sturdy defensively, high press, push kind of mentality. You're not going to get that from Australia and Paraguay. And weirdly enough, Paraguay and Australia are probably going to play that similar way. So it's kind of one of those things where, maybe the 3-4-2-1 formation might not work right now for those teams because of the fact that the U.S. has to be the aggressor. The U.S. has to move the ball, has to progress and everything. They're the ones that are going to have to break down the defenses of Paraguay and Australia. Turkey might be the game where you bring out the 3-4-2-1 formation just because of the fact that you might have to be a little bit more defensive when you play against them because they're gonna come at you. Australian, and once again, no offense to Australia and Paraguay, you just have to be. You're going to be the one that has to be on the ball. You're the one that's going to move the ball a little bit just because they're the ones that are going to want to expose you for the counter. But yeah, I think that this is, it's not an easy group, but it's also like a group that the U.S. should be able to perform well against. I just don't like the notion that U.S. can gain group. I think that's kind of like premature to believe that. Mexico, like think they're going to get 9 points out of their group, and which they should believe that. I do think that you should have faith in your national team. I'm not trying to say that they're delusional by any means because they're not. One, you're playing in Mexico, so that's like automatic. If you guys don't know, Mexico, whenever they host the World Cup, they've made it to the court. They've made it far in World Cups when they've hosted it. So I think that's where they're hoping that maybe that like strikes twice for them. But yeah, I don't know. I think this is a fair call up. If there's anybody that's probably not gonna call up from my guys, it's probably Zendejas, which I don't think Pochettino should do that. I think, like I said, we're not that deep at wingers, so Zendejas is kind of one of those guys that you kind of need to bring him in.
Yeah,
but I digress. But yeah, so that's my call up. I appreciate Edward for not thinking I'm an idiot. So I appreciate that.
Of course.
But anything you want to add before we move on to players of the week and games to watch, Edward? Anything you want to add for the people?
No, I'm bandwagoning with you on this one.
Should we come up with our 26 most influential players?
Oh man, don't even get me started with that. Oh, Dios mío.
Oh my God, I haven't. Oh man, that's. Well, all right, guys. So that is U.S. men's national team. That is Americans on soccer. That probably shouldn't have been talking about soccer, but maybe some people think we're guys that shouldn't be talking about soccer either.
Free country, it is what it is.
It is a free country. Hey, people keep saying that podcast equipment should be expensive. Well, maybe television equipment should be too. Actually, as a matter of fact, it is.
It is very expensive, bro.
All right, so we'll go ahead and take a break and then go right into players of the week.
I love soccer, Peggy.
All right, guys, Players of the Week is brought to you by SeatGeek. SeatGeek is an amazing ticketing site app for all live events that you're looking to attend. Look, me and Edward, we use SeatGeek for a lot of our live events, from concerts to sporting events. SeatGeek has you covered. It has a really, really easy grading system using colors and numbers. If the number is at a 1 out of 10 and it's super red for the color, that means you're not getting a great deal for this. Keep scrolling through the app. You're going to find a better deal. I promise you that. If it is very high, like 10 out of 10, and very green, that means get those seeds. That you're getting a great deal for this event. Enjoy it. Please get ready, man. And yeah, we love its simplicity. But if you're not sold just yet, we get it. But if you're a first-time user, use that code BellyUpSports at checkout. Once again, BellyUpSports at checkout. Save $20 off that first purchase. SeatGeek Lifestyle event. We have the tickets. My player of the week is back-to-back Marcus Thuram, who scored 2 goals in Inter Milan's 4-3 victory against Como. Solid performance from him yet again. Gets another nod for player of the week. And Edward's player of the week is Lamine Yamal, who scored a goal and 2 assists, essentially a hat trick, in Barcelona's 4-1 game against Espanyol. I should also mention that this was the retro weekend in La Liga. Obviously, once again, Real Madrid and Barcelona, amongst other teams, also did not choose to participate. 2 more teams didn't choose not to participate. And yeah, it sucks. It would have been really cool. I liked everything about it. I liked the retro score bug. I liked the retro player introductions. I liked that the referees were wearing the retro kits. I love the retro kits that were featured in this day. Obviously, Real Madrid kind of shit the bed this past weekend. So did Arsenal. But aside from that, man, it was a pretty cool weekend. Hopefully next retro weekend we'll probably see more hopefully we see more of this, and we hope Real Madrid and Barcelona participate, man. But yeah, so there's that. But obviously once again, congratulations to Marcos Thuram and Lamine Yamal for being our players of the week. Once again, guys, go to SeatGeek.com, use that code BellyUpSports at checkout, save $20 off your first purchase. All right, guys, games to watch this weekend. We got some big matches coming in this weekend. We got Necaxa taking on Tigres in Liga MX, as well as America versus Toluca. In Major League Soccer, we got LAFC taking on San Jose Earthquakes. My championship DVD team, the San Jose Earthquakes. Let's see how they perform against LAFC. We also got in Portugal, Sporting taking on Benfica. A really big game there in the Portuguese league. In Liga 1, we got Strasbourg taking on Stade Rennes and PSG taking on Lyon. In the Bundesliga, we got Hoffenheim taking on Borussia Dortmund, who came off a loss against Bayer Leverkusen, and Bayern Munich taking on VfB Stuttgart. I'm assuming at some point we're going to be hearing Bayern Munich will be officially the champions of the Bundesliga. In the Serie A, we got AS Roma taking on Atalanta. Big win for Roma against Pisa. Can they continue on against Atalanta? We'll see what happens there. And Juventus taking on Bologna, or whatever Bologna or Bologna. We'll see what happens there. In La Liga, we got Atletico Madrid taking on Real Sociedad in the Copa del Rey final. So, big weekend. I don't know if there's I don't think there's any other matches being played in La Liga. So, it's going to be, for this final, be focused to see if Atletico Madrid can win a cup for Antoine Griezmann, as obviously he is ending his career at Atletico Madrid after the summer. Will be joining Orlando City. In the Premier League, we got Chelsea taking on Manchester United. coming off of a very big loss against Manchester City. And a very important match in the Premier League, Manchester City taking on Arsenal. Obviously, the winner of this game will more than likely probably win the Premier League, obviously barring anything else that happens in the sides. But Arsenal obviously slip up this weekend. Manchester City, very dominant performance against Chelsea. And obviously Manchester City also has a game in hand. So if they're able to beat Arsenal and get another victory, I mean, once again, Man City will be lifting another Premier League title. We'll see what happens. Can Arsenal not bottle this? We'll find out, man. Obviously, this is not all the games being. Also, Jersey. This is also part of the Jersey bed. Man City and Arsenal, obviously. But obviously, this is not all the matches that are being played this weekend. But if you want a good beginner's guide, well, we gave you guys some good matches to keep an eye on. All right. So we're gonna wrap this up and then go right into Give and Go.
Hey everyone, it's Ryan from No Credentials Required to talk to you about one of our newest partners at Belly Up Sports, SeatGeek. Yeah, live sports is great on television, but the feeling of being at the arena is a priceless experience. That's why our friends at SeatGeek are there to help you find the best tickets at the best prices. Not only can you get tickets to sporting events, but you can also get tickets to concerts, comedy shows, musicals, and more. Search for your desired event now at SeatGeek.com, enter promo code BellyUpSports at checkout, and you save $20 off your first purchase. SeatGeek. Life's an event. We have the tickets.
All right, guys. So, of course, you guys already know at this point about Give and Go. It's an awesome card game. Has a lot of trivia, a lot of conversation topics, a lot of little games that you could play, little weird things like obviously like you missed a free kick, get your ear flicked, something like that. First one to not name a certain brand or whatever, loses or something like that. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what the conversation goes, man. Most of these things are really topical, and obviously we've had some pretty good combos from that. So obviously I'm hoping that we get some more good cards here. So obviously, as I always start out with, I get the first 3 cards after I shuffle the deck and hope that there's one that we can talk about. Okay, so, all right, yeah, this was a good one. What are the first cleats you remember wanting and buying? What are the first cleats that I wanted and bought? Well, so obviously, Adidas, right? Like, I was always, like Adidas and Nike. They're always been like some really cool brands. And I remember being really big on Predators. Predators was probably like the one boot that I think was awesome. I love the design, especially in like the 2010s. Obviously David Beckham probably was well known for it. Ricardo Kaká was like really the real reason why I liked the Predators was because of Ricardo Kaká. And that was always, if I was able to afford some cleats, I think that was the cleat that I always wanted to get. And obviously, like I said, obviously everybody knows I'm a big Ronaldo guy. Ronaldo Nazario, obviously, is phenomenal. And he was a Vapors guy. So when it came to cleats, those were the 2 cleats that I always looked at was R9's Vapors and of course the Predators that was made very famous by Ricardo Kaká and David Beckham. Eventually I got a pair of Vapors and eventually I did get a pair of Predators. The Vapors wasn't the version that obviously when I think of the Vapors, like when I really think of and personify the Vapors, I always think of the 2006 World Cup Vapors that, the Brazilian edition, right? The yellow with the gradient green is the one that I really think of when I think of R9. And then obviously the Predators is always the one with like the little like tongue that has like the little strap where you put underneath your boot. So it stays like, I actually eventually, I didn't get that version of the Vapor, but I did eventually get that kind of version of the Predators, because that was just the Predator DNA, identity. And honestly, man, both are really great boots. I don't necessarily had any issues with either one of them. I think like Yeah, they both did the job well. I like I did become a vapor guy very much after I bought my first pair of vapors, and I kind of just never looked back on the on boots. Like I never switched back to Adidas. I didn't start wearing Adidas again till the Dynamo, because my indoors were Tiempos, were Tiempos. So after I put on a pair of vapors, I've always just stuck with Nike, with cleats. I liked the form. The toe it worked to what I was looking for. It was a lighter boot in my opinion. And for when I played, it just felt comfortable playing with them. I never felt like I had to really break them in, if that makes any sense. Not that I recommend wearing brand new cleats, to a match, but it did the job for me, and I actually liked wearing it more. Nothing about swag appeal or anything like that. Like it was just a good boot, and I just liked wearing them. But obviously when I worked for the Dynamo, they're Adidas. So that's when I started wearing Adidas cleats. The first pair that I wore at the Dynamo were Predators. They were a little they were like, it was just not great for my foot. I think for me at that time, my foot was just not in a good, my feet were just not great. I did end up developing like plantar fasciitis at that point, but, the Copas were great. I thought the Copas were very comfortable boots. I think Copa is always going to be a comfortable boot, especially when you're older. But I did end up kind of becoming more of a turf boot guy, because I think at that point I was just at the age where I just can't be wearing cleats anymore. Well, my feet were just at that point where I just couldn't wear cleats anymore, and wearing turf shoes were probably more beneficial to me just for the sake of my feet. But no, they were pretty good boots. I think when I was finally in a position where I could buy cleats, I think that I really just went straight into vapors and never looked back. But honestly, man, whatever floats your boat when it comes to cleats, man. Could there be a day where I try on some Pumas? Will there be a day where I try on some other cleats? I don't know. Maybe not, because I just don't play as much as I used to. I do want to get back into playing, but it's just different now these days, man. But yeah, no, it was so that when we're talking about boots, yeah, I've always been a Vapors guy. You could thank R9 for that. I did try Predators once or twice, actually twice technically. And I did like the old school Preds, and then obviously the new ones they're all right, but I don't know about the newer ones. I never tried the newer Preds, but I know I've heard a lot of good things about the newer Preds. I know a lot of players have switched. A lot of guys that. So when you think of Adidas, like most people have always been about like the X speeds, right? The fast boot. And so a lot of the kids started switching to Predators because the Predators, I believe, had like a better reference point for like free kicks. But there's always been kids that like the X because of the X speeds, just because it was just like the sexier boot, the fast boot, the light boot, right? It's like the boot for wingers and all that stuff. But then like recently, I think more people, now that we're seeing more players wear Preds, I think that's where, guys are just switching over to Predators. But I think they're a really good boot. I don't really think there's any complaints to it. But yeah, no, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So, yeah, so that is, go into the comments. Tell me what your favorite boot was, back in the day, or even currently. So we'll get into that, man. But obviously that's episode 253. Thank you so much for listening. Give a shout out to Belly Up Sports, man. Check out their website, bellyupsports.com. NBA just concluded. As I'm recording this episode, this was the final day of the NBA. So NBA playoffs is about to start. Obviously MLB is going on. Not so great for the Astros right now, but it's a 162 game season for a reason. Racing, NFL draft, like there's things that are going on right now that are going to be discussed. So be on the lookout with Belly Up Sports. Lots of articles being written. Lots of shows are talking about all this stuff, man. Check them out on the YouTube channel. You're already here, so might as well check out the rest of the content here at Belly Up Sports. And obviously make sure you follow them on X and Instagram at Belly Up Sports, so you can see a lot of the social media content that they're doing as well. Be on the lookout because World Cup profiles are coming in, and at least I did my World Cup profile, so be on the lookout for what I have said. Obviously, you guys already kind of have a spoiler on Brazil, but There's going to be a lot to be discussed, and so I can't wait to see what you guys think about those contents that are being dropped there. So make sure you guys follow X and Instagram at Belly Up Sports, and on TikTok at Belly Up Sports. Also, Goals TV, man, you'll see me. Obviously, I've made some references to Goals TV, especially with my championship DVD team, San Jose. So check out Goals TV, man. Check them out on YouTube. Also follow them on X, Goals_TV, Goals_TV, GOLZ_TV, and on Instagram at Goals.TV, GOZ.TV. Of course, man, if you guys hear the intros and outros, maybe not recently, but those beats are all made by Roosevelt Spencer. He is the namesake of the Roosevelt Spencer's Player of the Year award. So we really love Spencer. We appreciate him for all that he does for us, man. So if you need some beat work done, man, hit up Spencer on Instagram at thatguydope. On Instagram at thatguydope. Like I said, man, we did just as a joke, we did a song using AI, which was, obviously the Congo song that they made. We did make 2 more songs, and we thought about putting them up here, but I think out of respect to Spencer, because honestly, man, music creation it's important, and I think, we're going down a very dangerous road when it comes to AI. Creating cartoons and creating, certain, helping out with certain things as far as content creation, as far as, just creating, timeline discussions and, I don't even use that for the episodes. The only thing I really use AI for is to create cartoons. But, that's just it. I don't do anything else with it. I did feel I honestly felt dirty, to be honest with you, when I created the song on AI. And so, even though Spencer didn't really say anything, but I want Spencer to know I don't really want to keep using that. So, out of respect to Spencer, we're not gonna drop those 2 songs. Just because I just didn't feel right when we dropped the Congo song. The Congo song was funny, and I liked the Congo song. I don't think anybody had an issue with Congo. I just don't want to take that away from Spencer. Obviously, all the hard work he does when making his music, and for someone just to go on an AI site and just create the songs that they want to create, it takes the talent of what it really means to create music. So for that, we're not going to continue. We're no more going to hear that. You're just going to hear the original beats that Spencer makes. So, once again, out of respect to Spencer, and I do apologize for Spencer for the Congo song, even though the Congo song was a lot of fun. But that's it. That is the only time we're ever going to use AI ever again for music creation. So there is that. But all right, man. Thank you so much for listening for episode 253. Catch us next week. I think that honestly that might be the episode where we kind of go, look at the leagues, just because as we're on the final stretch of the season. So I'll probably just do that there, for that episode. So, it's probably just going to be just me. So that's also the other thing. So with all that being said, man, thank you so much for listening. Catch us next week. Take care, guys.